Hey, TikTok, what's up, dude? Oh, hey, Universal Music Group, owner of all the music. Yeah, man, so remember that contract we signed a little while ago? About, like, letting you use all my music and everything? Yeah, man, it's been so great. Everyone absolutely loves hitting that whip and nay-nay to all your music. Yeah, okay, well, please never do that again. But I was thinking something. So, since then, your company has grown a lot, which is awesome. I'm really proud of you. But I was thinking, since you have so many more people using the app and my musicians are still not really getting properly compensated for it, I was thinking possibly we could up the prices a little bit, just so, like, everyone's making their fair share for creating the content that runs your app. Oh, really? Wow. No. What do you mean no? It means no, like, no, I'm not going to pay the artists more. I had a really good idea. I was thinking we could arrange a deal where I actually pay the artists less. Less? What? How much less are we talking? Well, I got this on me. Dude, no! In what universe would I accept that deal in any way? Well, I was thinking this one. You guys can barely control your app, and you're wanting me to let you pay less? I was just on your app the other day, and I saw a 14-year-old doing the Benadryl challenge. He passed out in the middle of the live stream. How am I supposed to know you can control your app? Damn, I thought we patched that. Patched it? These are human beings! Oh yeah, my bad. Well, are you gonna take the money or not? Dude, I'm leaving. All right. Your loss, loser!
Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody in between. No, the title of this video is not a lie. It isn't some carefully curated clickbait that I put together to try and get you to click on this video. This is a real situation, and a situation that I honestly did not anticipate happening in the slightest. But then again, we're in the year of our Lord 2024. Anything can happen. And so, this story that we've come to today is a disagreement between two massive companies, one of which being TikTok. Which, honestly, if this disagreement does not go in TikTok's favor, could kill the app. Unironically, this could be the end of the short-form content titan. And it all stems back from the other side of this argument, which is UMG. Now, some of you might not know what UMG is, but if you're a YouTuber, I know for a fact that you do. Because if you've ever made a video, right? You ever put together a nice little video for your community, you sent it out onto the tube, and then maybe you have 1 or 2 seconds of a popular musician's song in your video. Oh, really? Yeah? Is that what you decided to do? Well, you might then receive a notification on your YouTube Studio app from a nice little person named UMG. And they're like, oh, hey, yeah, you just played 2 seconds of Juice WRLD in your recent upload. That's really cool. Give me all your money. No, I'm not joking. This isn't a joke. Give me all of your money or I will strike your channel. Because I am the Universal Music Group. And their name implies exactly what they are. They universally own all of the goddamn music. Literally all of it. If you want a little taste of it, you think I'm lying, allow me to list off just some of the musicians in their roster. We start off with the guy who likes his mom's spaghetti. We have Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, Sting, The Weeknd, Alicia Keys, SZA, Steve Lacy, Drake, Billie Eilish, Kendrick Lamar, Rosalia. I don't know that person. Harry Styles, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, Adele, U2, Elton John. You might know him. J Balvin, Brandy Carlisle, my bad. Coldplay, Pearl Jam, Bob Dylan, Post Malone, and other various artists. The list goes on and on and on. Literally every big artist is under this producer, right? And so, let's put this into rationale really quickly. If an app that owns all of the music decides to get into a disagreement with the app that uses music in its content creation, what do you think will happen to the app if it no longer has access to the music? It's going to struggle, because that's one of the main reasons the app exists in the first place. It's a music promotion app. I know that you guys see TikTok as a short-form content app, where you go on, you see your sillies, you swipe a few times, your brain melts just a little bit, and then your serotonin just gets overloaded for the day, and you're set, right? But there's music. There's always been music. In fact, when you're a content creator on TikTok, one of the big parts of being a TikTok creator is choosing a trending sound, because that helps you go viral. If you pick a trending sound, then bam, they pat you on the head and you're their golden boy for the day, right? So, if UMG pulls all their music out, not only will you no longer have that trend of being able to choose a trending sound and go viral with it, but think about what's going to happen to all of the currently existing videos on the app, because TikTok's not allowed to own them anymore. So they're going to get deleted, right? Supposedly, that's my theory. But I want you to put into perspective the absolute sheer mass of videos that would be affected by this change, okay? So, Once a day, every day, people go on TikTok and post upwards of 34 million videos. Yes, I'm just now learning that number as of recording this video. My pants are still freshly shat. Oh my god, 34 million a day? That's more millions than there are hours in the day. It's a strange metric to choose, but still, that's an insane, unfathomable number. So put into perspective how long TikToks existed, quite a few years, and then think about the amount of videos that have a song in them, considering you need one to go viral, so a good portion of them are going to have it. Of course, there's still room for, like, ads that won't use it. There's, like, branded accounts that aren't allowed to use copyrighted music, and there's, like, skits. Skit videos probably use their own background music, so it's different. But think about the amount that are using that music. This is going to be upwards of hundreds of millions, billions, or even tens of billions of videos getting deleted from this app all at the same time. So even if this doesn't absolutely crash TikTok servers, it will piss off a lot of creators. Because, like, I used to make TikTok videos. I threw TikTok videos together in the past, and what I used to do was I would pick a trending sound. So I bet for a fact half my videos on that app are going to get incinerated. I don't really care because I don't use the app anymore, but that's insane to think about for people who do. That's career ending for a lot of people. But of course, I don't want to just sit here and yap about what's gone down. I also want to break down what UMG has released, because UMG released an actual statement to the general public about their sentiment on this entire situation and why they're breaking off from TikTok. And from what I've read, I'm not going to lie, TikTok is kind of looking like the bad guy here. And so let me break this down in the rest of this video, and we'll have some thoughts. We'll share some thoughts on what we think is really going to happen here. So here's the letter that Universal Music Group sent out to everyone, essentially. An open letter to the artist and songwriter community why we must call timeout on TikTok. I don't like the grammar in this title. That's already questionable, and my dyslexia is trembling at the thought of reading the rest of this. But you know what? I'm a bad bitch, and a bad bitch reads some shit. So let's get into it. Our core mission is simple: to help our artists and songwriters attain their greatest creative and commercial potential. I like the commercials in there, like making sure you make as much goddamn money as possible. But the rest of it's essentially just saying making sure the partners who they collaborate with take these artists seriously and respect them. As well as saying that one of their big partners is TikTok, who is an increasingly growing platform and one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet. And they even reiterate what I actually made as a point earlier, saying that one of the senior executives proudly states that music is the heart of the TikTok experience, which is literally what I said. TikTok, at its core, is a music app. Literally, it's Musical.ly. I mean, Douyin from China bought Musical.ly and made it TikTok. That is what TikTok is at its core. And then they say, the terms of our relationship with TikTok are set by contract, which expires January 31st, 2024, which I don't know if you're aware, but that was yesterday. And in our contract renewal discussions, we've been pressing them on 3 crucial issues. And these crucial issues are the ones that make me kind of side with UMG in this situation. The first one being appropriate compensation for our artists and songwriters. So I assume they're talking about, like, making sure that TikTok gives UMG enough money to properly pay their artists. There's also a possibility that UMG might be squeezing them for too much money. I don't know, but who knows? I'm not there. I don't work for them. But the next issue is the one that I think really gets me on UMG's side, which is the point that they're trying to help TikTok, and they want TikTok to get better at fighting AI. Because one of the things is they talk about protecting human artists from the harmful effects of AI, because TikTok is goddamn strewn. It is covered to the brim, filled to the brim with AI. There's so many different AI musicians, AI music videos, AI creators. There's a lot of it, and TikTok doesn't really do anything to stop it. And of course, the third one being online safety for TikTok's users, which of course is hard to confirm when you have users doing things like the NyQuil chicken challenge, where they cover shit in NyQuil, cook it, eat it, and then die. There's a lot of different challenges that have been going viral on TikTok. I saw one that went viral that was called, like, I don't know what it was called, but it was like a challenge where you hold your breath for as long as possible, and people were dying because of it. Because, you know, when you don't have oxygen, your brain stops working. I don't know what people think of these things, but TikTok's been trying their best to stop it. But unfortunately, the ever-diminishing IQ count of the general user base of TikTok makes it kind of hard to corral in these goofballs. UMG then writes a big, chunky-ass paragraph about this thing called the Artist-Centric Initiative, which essentially just helps confirm that artists get properly recuperated for the things they make, as well as making sure that AI can still exist and help artists without stealing from artists and hurting them. I essentially just summarized a massive block of words for you, because then the next part happens, which I think is so funny, because they do a thing where they talk about TikTok and then they roast the shit out of him at the end, because it goes like this. With respect to the issue of artist and songwriter compensation, TikTok proposed that paying our artists and songwriters at a rate that is a fraction of the rate that similarly situated major social platforms pay. As today, as the indication of how little TikTok compensates artists and songwriters despite its massive growing user base, rapidly rising advertising revenue, and increased reliance on music-based content. TikTok accounts for only 1% of our total revenue, essentially being like, go ahead, talk tough shit, TikTok. You're worth nothing to me. You should be a nice gentleman and have a Merry Christmas. And anyways, it continues. Ultimately, TikTok is trying to build a music-based business without paying fair value for the music. And then on AI, TikTok is allowing platform to be flooded with AI-generated recording, as well as developing tools to enable, promote, or encourage AI music creation on the platform itself, which is true. That is something that TikTok does, as well as saying they have little to no effort to deal with the vast amount of content on its platform that infringes on the artist's music, essentially just stealing it, which is true. I mean, if you think about it, it is so easy to steal artists' music on TikTok. Like, you just can record a video and post it on there and not add the song little disc on the bottom. You would immediately just steal that person's music, and without giving them any credit for it. It's so easy to infringe on people's shit on TikTok, and yet it's really hard to actually get in trouble for it. And then they had the other part they say where they said, but we propose to TikTok take similar steps as other platform partners to try and address these issues. It responded first with indifference and then with intimidation. As far as our negotiation continued, TikTok attempted to bully us into accepting a deal worth less than the previous deal, far less than the fair market value, and not reflective of their exponential growth. So apparently they must have made a deal with UMG in the past, but that was way before TikTok grew a ton. And so they're like, hey, you want us to just pay what we paid last time when we had just like 100 million users instead of the current like billions, please, perchance, please? And they're not going for that because that's a stupid thing to do. TikTok's tactics were obvious: use of its platform power to hurt vulnerable artists and try to intimidate us into conceding into a bad deal that undervalues music and shortchanges artists and songwriters as well as their fans. We will never do that. And they just essentially be like, yeah, this ain't it, TikTok. You ain't gonna talk shit because you're gonna get hit. And TikTok eventually did respond to this with a tweet that I have right here on the screen to show you right now. TikTok says, statement in response to Universal Music Group. It's sad and disappointing that Universal Music Group has put their own greed above the interests of their artists and songwriters. Okay, Mr. 1% of ad revenue, bitch! Despite Universal's false narrative and rhetoric, the fact is that they have chosen to walk away from the powerful support of a platform with well over 1 billion users that serves as a free promotional and discovery vehicle for their talent. TikTok's been able to reach artist-first agreements with every other label and publisher. Clearly, Universal's self-serving actions are not in the best interest of artists, songwriters, and fans. My God, was that worded like a breakup text. That was so, like, you know, the person typing that had a tear going down their cheek while doing it. They're like, okay, Universal, well, you stink, because you don't want to make deals with me, you stupid asshole. When in reality, they're losing every musician ever. Like, what do you mean? And also, I like the other part where they're like, we've been able to make artist-first agreements with every other label and publisher. Which one? Like the guy who runs Big Time Rush? What's going on? And honestly, this is where the situation lies, and it seems like TikTok's not going to fold. They're not going to fold, and they're probably going to suffer. However, there's always a chance that things turn around, because UMG pulling out of TikTok is going to be detrimental for the app and is going to hurt them very, very badly. I would argue the amount of money they're going to lose from losing UMG's partnership is far worse than the amount of money they would have lost if they were to just pay UMG more. So who knows? Maybe they'll fold in the future when they realize losses are as bad as they are. But for now, we're probably going to end up with TikToks like this. Goddamn sneaky snitch. That's all we're gonna get. That's all we're gonna see in the future. But for now, I'm gonna be hitting the road. I appreciate you guys being here for now. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe consider subscribing and liking the video to catch me on your homepage more often, because I make videos every single day. I know this wasn't the most animated video ever. It was just me reading. It was just me in the library, and you got to sit around me while I was in my little rocking chair. But I hope you enjoyed regardless. Let me know if you still thought this video was good. I know that sometimes I'm like so insecure about my videos. I'm like, no, I put together a whole pile of dog shittery. So I hope it was still good. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. But for now, I'm going to hop out. So thank you guys, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and possibly RIP TikTok.